Okay, so welcome back to Box Office Maniacs, where it's Franchise Friday, apparently.
It's still Franchise Friday.
It's still Franchise Friday.
Yeah.
Still.
Still.
It's a long damn Friday.
It is, actually.
The longest damn Friday I think I've ever had.
Pretty long Friday. It's been about 4 months Friday.
But being that it's Franchise Friday, we are doing the next part in the franchise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I almost forgot what I was going to say.
Are you okay, Vince? You're not hitting the Captain Morgan too early, are you?
No.
I just wanted to check. I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
That might make this review even more fun, but...
Like I say, we might need it to get through this third film, but I'm going to try to do it, with just my water. I got my water cup and my thing stuck to it.
I got tea.
Oh, I almost had tea.
I've got unsweetened tea.
I was drinking tea upstairs, and I thought, I'll just bring water down, because I'm healthy like that.
I've got unsweetened tea. I'm healthy like that. So, we're doing Ninja Turtles.
What? What are we doing?
I said we're doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 3.
Oh, we are. It's Turtles in Time? Is that the name of it?
Turtles Through Time, I think it was.
No, it's Turtles in Time, Vince.
Turtles in Time, I guess. Okay, yeah.
Or it's just Turtles 3, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, or TMNT 2, 3. 3. I don't know.
We just know it as Ninja Turtles 3.
Well, back in the day, when this came out, and I don't think I actually went to the show to go see this, because by the time this came out, I think me and a lot of other people were already over with the Turtles. I mean, even though I was a huge fan of the comic and a huge fan of the first film, it just was one of those, oh man, is another Turtles film? That kind of thing. And I don't remember seeing it in the theater, but when I rented it on the VHS tape, I actually really liked it when I was a teenager, I guess I was, when this thing came out. I thought, man, this is pretty cool. They're actually ninjas again, and they're samurais, and they're going through time, and they're using their weapons, and it's cool. And I thought, wow, this was a great movie. That's what I thought at that time.
So, at that time, I was kind of the same way, but I actually did go to the movies and see this. Because I saw it at the films, because when I saw the second one, I wasn't too happy about the second one. I really wasn't crazy about the second one. And then when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, wow, this looks like it's going to be the Ninja Turtles again, because all those things that you said, they're going through time, it's samurais, it's Japan, it's all this stuff in there, and I'm like, wow, I think they're getting the Ninja Turtles back on track, So I went and saw it at the movies, and when I came out, I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. I actually did enjoy it. It wasn't fantastic, it didn't blow me away, but I was like, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot better than the second one.
Now, this is almost an opposite for me, because when I saw the second one, I hated it. I thought it was horrible. But all these years later, going back and watching the second one, I thought it was fun. I thought it was goofy fun. And this one I actually liked, so when I went to go back to watch it, I thought, oh hey, I'm going to really like this one because I liked it the first time. And to tell you the truth, Vince, I thought this movie was horrendous. I thought it was horrible.
Well, see, let's put it this way. I wasn't crazy about it. It didn't blow me away, but I liked what they were trying to do. I saw what they were trying to do, and they were trying to make it more like the comic books again, because in the comic books, they did travel through time, and they did do weird, odd things. So I didn't mind that part of it. I was like, yeah, that makes a little bit of sense. But at the same time, saying that, some of the dialogue in here is so cheesy, and some of the antics and the stuff that they do is so cartoonish, and it's like, ugh. I wasn't crazy about it, but I didn't necessarily completely hate it either.
You'd have to check the date, because I'm not sure when this movie came out. But it seems, when I was watching it, I was kind of getting that vibe of, this seems like they're trying to do a Bill and Ted thing.
Yeah, I got kind of that too.
And they're like, let's do a time travel movie because that's what's hot right now.
Bill, what? Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
There's two things in the movie that I hated. First of all, I hated the turtles themselves. This was just being lazy. Now, you watch the first film and they took the costumes seriously because they knew they had the one shot. You know, this is it. If the costumes look terrible, the movie was not going to work. So they took them super serious and made them look awesome. And in the second film, they were okay. They weren't as good as the first film. And this one, I got to tell you, they were horrible. I'm going to tell you what my wife said, and she nailed it. What they looked like were the animatronic puppets from the old Showbiz pizza place. That's what they reminded me of.
Appearing tonight on 3 stages at Showbiz Pizza Place, the Rock of Fire Explosion.
Summer vacation is really swell.
And starring the greatest fresh baked pizza made to order.
Over 60 new games and rides.
We have it all at Showbiz Pizza Place.
And I would almost agree with that. Yes.
It's like every time they talk, they're like, their whole face shakes because of the electronics in their mouth. It looks like they're having a seizure every time they're saying something.
Sorry, are you addressing me?
Shoot us yourself, unless you're too scared.
Like they're short-circuiting or something.
Yeah, they were. And I was going to say that actually, I think through most of the movie, that's exactly what they used was animatronics. I don't think they used the real costumes, but a few times where they're actually moving and walking and and doing their karate and doing their ninja stuff and flipping around and all that. That was the actual suits. But whenever they showed them in a close-up or talking to somebody, it seemed like it was a robot.
Boy, do I love being a turtle.
Oh, yes, that's very clever. Oh, yes, very clever.
You missed me.
They talk like this. They only have one thing. And it's like,
I bet that pizza tastes good.
their mouth is open and closed, and it was like a puppet, And like I said, their heads would shake because I guess the electronics in their head made their whole head shake, and it was horrible. They looked absolutely awful, and their paint job, they had like spots all over them. Looks like somebody just took a paintbrush and like let's just throw some spots on them. It was horrible looking.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I didn't like the way they looked in here. I mean, they still looked like the Ninja Turtles, except that they overdid like the paint jobs on them. Like all of a sudden they were bright green, and then they had like you said, all these liver spots all over them. and it's like, what was that all about? Why did they put all that all over him? I didn't understand that at all.
And the other thing in this movie I thought was stupid was the fact that they brought Casey Jones back. I mean, the same actor comes back playing Casey Jones. And what did he do? He babysitted the other Japanese people. He didn't do anything. He sat in their lair the whole time and just watched. Because what happens is they get the staff or whatever, and it lights up, and they turn and they go back into Japan, and then they replace like the 4 samurais, and they come up to our time, and they're there. So they bring in Casey Jones for their babysitter. And that whole thing was stupid. Here's a great opportunity. You got Casey Jones back. Let him do something. Let him do. He was a babysitter in this movie. It was just stupid.
I totally agree. I mean, I was elated to see Casey. The first time I saw this was like, oh wow, Casey Jones is back. I was super excited about that. But then he does nothing in the film. It's like, why did they even bother to put him in here? Really? What was the point in putting him in there?
Well, the few things that I did like about the film is I like the fact that they brought the same actress back to play April O'Neil, because I thought she did a good job in the second one, and they brought her back in this one, and she had a much bigger role. She became much more of a like action adventure type of character, because she goes back in time with them, and I kind of like that. I thought that was pretty cool. And the villain here was pretty cool, and I'm glad they didn't bring Shredder back. That was the other big relief, that they didn't manage to find a way to bring him back. You know, it was a completely new villain. So those were about the only things in the film that I actually liked.
Yeah, I liked both of those things that you mentioned. I liked what they did with April O'Neil because it was more, again, more like the comics. Because in the comics, they actually do bring her into the Ninja Turtle world a lot more. Eventually, they slowly bring her in there where she's not the damsel in distress all the time, you know. At the same time, they kind of do that in here too, where she's the one that gets sent back in time. So they're also going back in time because April went back there, you know. So they have to send April back there and then somehow get the samurais to come back and the whole thing. The actual time travel part of this story, I didn't mind. I thought it was kind of cool. And like you said, with the bad guy, it was kind of cool, you know. And plus they had like pirates in it too, and that was kind of cool. I don't know. Overall, it just didn't. I think it's all the technical stuff that happened in the movie, and all the bad dialogue, and all of that really ruined it. You know, all the way the Ninja Turtles looked, the way the dialogue was, it just ruined whatever good stuff was there.
Yeah, I think that the target audience for this movie was like a 3-year-old. I bet a 3-year-old probably loved this movie. Probably still love it now. But, you know, what made the first one and what made the second one fun was it was made for everybody, you know, because the original comic, like I said in the first review, or probably the second review, was made for adults. It was always made for adults. And then when the cartoon came out, they kiddified it, sort of, and made it for kids. But then when they went back to make the original film, it was for fans from the original comic. And this thing, I don't even know. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's not for adults. Again, I mean, I wasn't an adult when I saw it for the first time, and maybe that's why I loved it. But I don't know. I thought it was just a terrible film. All together, I thought it was pretty bad.
I guess I give it some slack just because I understood what they were trying to do with it, you know, and I think they were trying to get back to what the Ninja Turtle comics were, but they still did a lot of the goofiness of the cartoon, and a lot of that goofiness took over. So, and that's what happened with the second one. It was a lot more goofy like the cartoon. And this one just kind of carried it on. And it just, you know, they just had trouble melding those two worlds together. And why? I don't understand. Because they did it really well with the first film.
So overall, for me, I'm giving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 a 2 out of 5. Only because of the few things that I said that I enjoyed about it. Otherwise, if those things weren't in it, it would have been a 1 out of 5. But I'm giving it, you know, an extra point for that.
You're being gracious.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? I'm going to be gracious too, because I totally agree with everything you just said. So I'm also giving it a 2 out of 5.
So there you go. There is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 on Franchise Fridays for this week. And we are reviewing them from this thing here. This is a 4-disc set of all of the films. You know, and the next one is actually an animated one. And it came out way after the other ones. Like, way after the other ones.
Yeah.
So next Friday, we will be bringing you that one as well. And then, on top of that, I know you're real excited, the next 2 Fridays after that are going to be what, Vince?
More Ninja Turtles.
More Ninja Turtles.
And what do you mean by next Friday? I thought this was one whole Friday here.
Well, it is. It's the entire Friday. But now next Friday is going to be the next one. And then after that, we're even going to have more Fridays.
You're have more Turtle Fridays.
Yeah. Turtle Fridays. We're just going to rename the show Turtle Fridays.
Turtle Fridays. By this time, that's what we should call it. Turtle Fridays.
Thank you for watching, and all you guys are amazing, and all you maniacs out there who are supporting us are fantastic. We love hearing from you. If you're a fan of this movie, if you hate the movie, whatever, leave a comment in the comment section below, because I always love reading them, and I always try to respond to as much as I can.
And please subscribe and keep subscribing and keep telling everybody about us, because you're awesome and you know who to talk to and you know who to tell that really likes movies and would watch something like this.
I bet that pizza tastes good.
Don't you? You know who you are.
Yeah, because, that's not us. But we're doing it for you guys.
So, yeah. All right. We'll see you all next Friday then.